rock and rolling. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Cassie, and I'm with Forget the Box TV. We're here for Canadian Music Week, and we're sitting with Racoon Bandit. They've just released their new album, Into the Hills, and I bought a copy last night, so you should buy a copy too. And it's awesome. And what is your favorite song, do you think, on the CD? On your new CD?
Very tough question to answer. I don't think I could name one. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there. It's got 3 different lead singers at different times and a lot of different instruments. So I kind of think of the whole thing as this sort of strange album that we've put together of eclectic stuff.
That's really cool. So it's almost like a music community amongst you guys itself, and switching interchangeable roles.
Yeah, that's sort of become the biggest part of the band is having a lot of diversity and covering a lot of different ground.
So last night they played at the Dakota Tavern, which was awesome. It was packed, and they really had everyone dancing, and I think that's really great is that you brought out this energy in the crowd that I feel when I go to shows sometimes is not there anymore. And so it's really great to see that you guys can get people moving, and the songs are also really well done. You're switching from the piano, and you guys are all like working together, and you're singing back there. It was really fantastic. What was your favorite part about putting on, well, I guess, what is your favorite part about putting on shows?
It's just fun to play. It's just,
you love it?
Just love doing it, I guess. But yeah, it's fun to work together and try to put the collection of songs into an order that works for people too.
I think it's always interesting, something like last night, like kind of seeing what becomes of a gig. You know, you kind of have this thing you're excited to go and play, and you're not always sure how it's going to be. You know, we're from the East Coast, so we don't get to come to Toronto very often. So it was really nice to, you know, make this long-winded trip, and then, you know, the payoff is this awesome show in this gorgeous place, and all these, you know, friends from before and new fans coming out. So it was you know, one of the perfect situations last night for us. Yeah.
So have you guys gotten to see many shows while you were here?
We haven't. We were playing the 2 nights before last, and Roger's other band is playing tonight, so we'll go and see them. The North Lakes are playing, so that'll be cool to sit back and you know, just not have to worry about getting up and checking your pedals and seeing how Roger's hair looks.
Yeah.
Well, that's done. I'm always worried about that.
The hair is a big issue.
I'm always worried
about me.
Worried about your hair.
Yeah.
So when you go back to PEI, do you have any more shows, I guess, coming up or anything planned?
Yeah, we're gonna be very busy. Big thing in the East, of course, is the East Coast Music Awards.
Yes, I know.
So this is like a solid week of shows, and it's being held in our town, Charlottetown.
Yeah, so you're lucky.
So we're playing like 5 or 6 shows, and it's lining up with the release of this album, Into the Hills. So we'll do a bunch of maritime shows around that as well.
That's really good.
This is the start of a really busy couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So, and everything is going well, I guess, in the Maritimes. Do you get out to play in Halifax and like New Brunswick and Newfoundland often?
We haven't been to Newfoundland. Newfoundland, yeah, it's still hard to get to. But we've played
Halifax as much as we can.
Yeah.
You know, and Fredericton sometimes, you know.
Fredericton.
Sackville too is a really good scene.
Sackville's great.
Yeah.
Great music town.
Yeah.
So we'll be going to all those places, and I think everyone agrees that the East Coast is, you know, continuing to have really great a couple of great scenes. Like, you know, you've got a really cool scene in Halifax, really cool scene in Sackville, and you know, we're pretty proud of our own scene in Charlottetown. So
definitely.
And there's a lot out there.
What other bands have you played with or worked with that, you know, I guess what other bands do you admire, and what elements do you think that they bring to their music that makes it unique?
I think there's a few bands that we all listen to that seem to that really inspire us. I mean, some obvious big bands, you know, like Radiohead and Arcade Fire, bands that, you know, tend to have a lot of diversity and to take a lot of different turns within their stuff and focus a lot on harmonies and melody and really making a recording very interesting in a lot of different ways. But I think we try to think about all parts of being a band, you know, whether it's like doing the graphic design or making a cool poster, you know, it's like a lot of nerdish opportunities, so we revel in it.
And where did you record your new album? Did you guys do it yourself, or?
Yeah, we did it ourselves.
That's awesome.
Me and him, Adam Gallant, our guitarist, is a recording engineer. Has his own studio, so it's all done in house.
Friends are nice. What's really great about the album too is they're all old family photos that you were saying, and they actually created all the album art themselves, which is a really big thing. We're all seeing more independent DIY, of course, and that's really great that you took these old photos. I don't know if you can see it, but when you buy it, you'll see it as they're going into the hills, and it's whose mother was it again?
Roger's
mother's old photo. So that's a really neat touch. I guess what made you decide to do that?
With, you know, 4 people in the band, we're all very opinionated, I think. We basically just put a big pile of stuff together, and whatever we could all agree on, that's what we used.
But there was a certain amount of like trial and error where like suddenly this image really jumped out and really spoke to us as like, this is a great cover, you know, it's kind of simple but iconic, and then we at the back we kind of wanted to base off kind of like, you know, like a Bob Dylan record or like a Columbia record where it's like, you know, very uniform, and then sort of came together. And,
That's really great too. Organization.
This was actually way less painful than you know, mixing the album together. I think like once we'd finished the sound recording, and this was like, although you know, it was just like kind of fluffy.
So, if you're heading out down to the East Coast Music Awards are April 13th to 17th.
That's right.
And you really need to start listening to Racoon Bandit if you do not already. It's an amazing show. I'm a little biased. I'm from the East Coast, but I always say the East and West Coast have the best music I've ever really heard in my life. So, thanks so much, and thank you guys so much for everything.
All right, enjoy the rest.
Thanks, yeah. See you later.